Let us discuss the topic at hand, hacking cloud collaboration tools. We're specifically targeting G Suite and Office 365. People say, hey, I have normal protections in place. Why do I need a specific tool-oriented security program in place?
What we often see is inadvertent public sharing of calendars, docs, spreadsheets, images, videos, even KeyPass backups. And I'm just like, why would you want to do that? It goes back to human error again.
We have this whole space of like mistakes, carelessness. And that's the part that can put data at risk all the time. And when you amplify that to all your employees, it becomes a huge area. Well, what about a malicious insider? What if they did want to steal data out of these platforms? Do we have any monitoring controls?
Using Google, you can use these advanced search parameters to find specific file types. As an example, certain information that you can find in a URL, title, in text. So it goes back to these misconfigurations and all these situations that lead to all these risks in the cloud because we're just so much more open.
What we've really created is a massive haystack. And inside that big, big haystack are a few needles of really bad things. So I think the solution is not to always bother the user, but instead say, what if you could understand all of that sharing and say, this one is a problem. This is a highly sensitive file shared in an obvious wrong way.
In the movie biz and TV business, it's all about fast collaboration, very low tolerances for things getting in the way because anything that is delayed is going to go over budget. So there's the budgetary concerns too as well.
This, by the way, goes to the question that Chris Jones has here. How are organizations handling document classification to prevent inadvertent or malicious data loss?
There are tens of thousands of files being moved around all the time. And you can't just say, hey, it's shared with the world, therefore it's a problem. What if we could automatically classify files for people? So now you have signal and you can separately look at noise if you want, because that's what you care about.
This one goes from Ian Pointer. How would you recommend management of the tiers of users? Do they all get cloud accounts? And how do we manage the cost?
I'm separating my corporate workforce, and we work with these vendors. We look at, do you have a pricing model that allows how often they authenticate, for example, per month? We actually classify the different types of users, and then we go to the vendor saying, hey, these are the users. They're going to sign in all the time, users, sometimes, and then not that much.
Ian Pointer, security consultant, on. What's your question?
We suspended accounts. Then we had to have a full-time person to manage them for the suspensions because they all forget their passwords. And we suspended the accounts partially to keep the audit trail. Are there any third-party services or things that you've used that make that easier?
It's a collaboration not only within our own team, but within the IT organization as well. We integrate our ticketing system into these things to automate a lot of those workflows. So it unburdens our team because then now we have a clear division of work.
If you have a step where you can say, hey, Bob's leaving the company, does Bob have a personal account that has access to like 1,000 company files? And we've seen that through our tool worked into the offboarding workflow for exactly that. Like, there's Bob, there's his personal account. Let's go ahead and remove access to all of our corporate files.
So the premise of this is what I'm going to describe is actually in play. What are the controls you're going to put around this? Open up all collaboration tools to get public contributions. Your collaboration platform is now the planet. How are you going to beat this bad idea?
So I guess if we want to keep something secret, we can't put it in the system, which is hard. That's going to do user education for us immediately.
Shut everything down. Easy. Get rid of all my users.
Shut everything down. If a hacker appears as a cat, or I would say just let them in, cats are cute. How are you going to handle this?
All right, we're going to do voice authentication automatically of people. So we don't need to know any visuals. So we don't care if they look like cats. We'll tie that to geotags and endpoint analysis. So with those 3 points of data, we can feel confident that the person's been authenticated, even if they look like a cat.
Here comes a question from Jacob Kaluzny. How do you track shadow IT collaboration tools that were not blessed by the IT security department?
We had to get telemetry from multiple sources. So we started looking at firewall logs as an example, and started seeing through their kind of app classification, seeing the type of traffic. And then now we have an idea of some of the applications they're using. So it's a combination of administrative controls and technical controls to combat that problem.
All right. What's worse scenario? This is Kevin Hackinson. Kevin has two bad ideas for the what's worse scenario.
Don't regulate the collaboration tool. Just let everyone use their personal Gmail accounts in the free G Suite environment, or maybe the Microsoft equivalent. Okay, that's the first bad idea, no regulation. Second one, don't use those fancy cloud collaboration tools. Just store it all on a NAS drive, hook it up to your CEO's laptop, share files with the SCP protocol, and make it easy and friendly like that.
I think the second one, the NAS idea, is worse because your competition is going to crush you. Whether or not you're more secure doesn't matter because none of you have jobs.
I agree. You lose agility, but then you also lose the ability to eventually put in visibility. Cloud was designed to allow ease of collaboration, and what comes with that is the diverseness of that collaboration. So we have to come up with a model that allows us to be agile in that way, that we can also take a very diverse approach to solutions as well. It's never going to be one size fits all.
If we thought of a SMB share inside of our company that was open to everyone and then open to the whole world, we would probably all lose our minds. We have created that reality with all of our collaboration tools. It can happen anywhere all the time. Don't try and squash it. If you're gonna beat your competition, you have to adapt new technology and find a way to do it securely.